All right, looks like everything is going smoothly, and we should be all right. Let's see here. See who we got in the chat right now. So we got Gooblin, Jim, the Mad Viking. See Stitch. What's going on, guys? What's going on, everyone? We're going to get started in just a few minutes, like 5 minutes, then we'll go ahead and officially begin. Let me know how the audio and also the video, how that is coming in on your guys' end as well. Everything should be good. It should be the same settings as before, but again, if I need to make changes, just let me know. Let's see here. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, everything looks as good as on my end. Popcorn Man 66, what's going on, man? What's good, brother? How's everyone doing today? Yeah, we're gonna get started in just a little bit here. In like about 4 minutes, we'll officially begin. Let's go ahead and get this. Oh, damn it! I'm gonna go grab a drink of water, but freaking bottle's empty. Damn it! Forgot to refill it. Oh well. Cam is too small for your hair. You're not the first person that actually told me that. Actually, believe it or not, Jim, I gave myself a haircut like not too long ago. This is actually me with a trim. My hair gets pretty freaking long. It doesn't take too long for it to really start growing out. Once I get rid of the blonde hair, like it gets long enough for me to go ahead and trim it again, I'm gonna go ahead and re-dye it. Let me know what color you guys want me to go ahead and dye my hair as well. Because once I bleach it, it should be good to take any color. What color do you think would work? I'm torn between blue and purple again, but I mean, if you guys want to go ahead and recommend me a color too, I'm totally down. You never know, right? Let's see here. Just here for the stream. Popcorn Man 66. What's going on, man? Thank you, man. Thank you for joining in for the stream. Guys, we'll go ahead and officially start in about like 3 more minutes. Also, if you guys can too, let me know how the audio is coming in as well. Whether or not you guys can hear it all well. If you guys can see everything just fine. Because again, everything looks good on my end. Just want to make sure we're all good. Jim, bright neon green. Red. Oh, you know what? Maybe both. Porque no los dos, right? Yellow. You know what? That's not a bad idea either. I could do like the platinum blonde. Like just bright ass yellow. Rainbow. Now we're talking, buddy. Now we're talking. Salty tip orange or safety tip orange. Oh no, gross. That's my flash hider, guys. It's my hair. It's my flash hider. Now we'll get started in about like 2 more minutes. Audio is good. Okay, thank you. That'd be kind of a cool Halloween costume, right? You like, because obviously you don't want to go outside with your airsoft guns, right? Because that's just a fucking terrible idea. But I can totally imagine someone like dressing up, like making themselves a giant like airsoft gun, right? Maybe I don't know. He's like making themselves look like an airsoft gun, right? And then the hair like dyed orange, so it's your flash hider. If I do that, Jim, I'll make sure to go ahead and shout you out and send pictures in the loadout chat or Tactical Gearheads chat in our Discord. Yo, how is my name pronounced? I thought it was Gooblin, because I see 2 O's. Gooblin. If not, if that's not how you want me to pronounce it, then we can go ahead and say it another way too. But right now, I'm going based off how it's spelled, and it says Gooblin. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, we can start in just like 1 more minute. Isaias identifies as an airsoft gun. Yeah, dude. Yeah, 1 more minute. Stitch, what's going on, bruh? All right, yeah, we'll get started in just a little bit. Audio sounds good. All right, cool. Just want to make sure we are copacetic when it comes to our audio and the video as well. All right, 35. Might as well go ahead and begin. What is going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of, again, probably a temporary title, but Storefront Livestream. I guess that's what we'll go ahead and call it for now, as a placeholder. But yes, welcome to another episode of this live stream. It's a Q&A live stream, so if any of you guys have any questions regarding Airsoft, if you guys are looking for recommendations, maybe some insight into, maybe like recommendations of what type of parts you should be getting, maybe what type of tactical gear you should be running, maybe what type of guns you need for whatever type of place, whatever it may be, or hell, if you want to ask me personal questions, you're more than welcome to do that too. I'm an open book. Feel free to go ahead and let me know. Just do me a favor, put the letter Q, literally the letter Q in front of your question, and put that in the live chat, not the comment section. I've actually seen that a couple times where some people would go into the comment section. They didn't know how to access the live chat. But yes, make sure to go ahead and put it in the live chat. That way I can more easily identify the question itself, and I can go ahead and answer that. Also, before we go ahead and start answering some questions, I want to let you guys know that we got some promos going on. Right? So right now, if you order any Airsoft gun that is $100 or more, you are going to be getting 10 entries in the shopping spree giveaway, right? And let me go ahead and explain what's going on with the shopping spree giveaway, right? Because I know that the title, I'm sure you guys read the title. You guys know what's going on. So I mentioned this yesterday, did a little PSA, and then I mentioned it earlier again today, and then also put a post up in the Discord chat. Letting you guys know that unfortunately Cisco was not able to get enough strength to host tonight's live stream giveaway. He was not able to go ahead. He's still on the mend right now, but don't worry, he is still on the road to recovery. It's just getting a little slower than anticipated. So we are going to be postponing the shopping spree giveaway live stream. We are postponing it till next week on Thursday. Next week, Thursday, we're going to be doing it. It's going to be for $1,800 now, because again, we did not expect Cisco to get sick, but again, that's, we want you guys to be able to have something to look forward to. So again, to make up for it, for the delay, we are going to go ahead and increase it by another $600, making it $1,800 that you guys can win. Honestly, that sounds really fucking good. And honestly, all your entries that you have right now that would have been for tonight's live stream giveaway, they still count. All your entries that you've made so far, if you took advantage of promos, don't worry. They're not going away. They are going to count towards the following shopping spree giveaway for next week, next Thursday. So you don't have to worry about that. But this gives you more time to increase your odds even more, my guys. So again, like I said, any Airsoft gun order that you place before 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time today, you will be getting 10 entries into these shopping. No, I don't want to pull up my calculator. What the fuck? I don't know why I pulled up the. Make sure to go ahead and place your orders for any Airsoft gun. Again, that's $100 or more to get 10 entries. But also, coupon codes, you can go ahead and use that for coupon code 20th, for example, for 10% off your purchase. Coupon code 20BD for 20% off accessories. That also includes BBs and green gas. You can also use coupon code GEAR if you're buying tactical gear. You get 20% off that as well. Coupon code 20th, and of course, and pretty much anything else, does not apply to shocker deals. That's the only thing that will not work. So if you go on the sales page right here, right? If it's a shocker deal, has a timer like this, it will not apply towards it. So, that's the only thing, because those are the lowest prices that you can possibly get. And there's a ton of these as well. These are like super, super discounted. The Giga Chads of Airsoft discounts right now. So take advantage of it, right? But right now, the biggest thing that I want to go ahead and announce is that we got the Airsoft GI Independence Day mystery box, right? Now, in the title alone, it says with free shipping. That alone should be like make it way, way worth the price, right? Because you're getting free shipping on this bad boy, right? Now, obviously, if you order expedited shipping, that's different. That's a different service. But if you're just going like standard UPS ground, you will be getting that service for free, right? And for $170, that is fucking cheap. But what exactly could you win, right? Well, what are the prizes? Well, if we scroll down here to the bottom, look at the items list. This is the prize list that you can win, right? You got the Cobalt Kinetics M4, the BAMF. You got the 240 Mark 46 SPWs. You got the VFC 416s. You got G&G. You got BCM. You got LCT. You got KWA. You got some Classic Armies, some Zion Arms R15s, and some PW9s, both the mod ones and the originals. And you got some more KWA original. Oh, dude, like this is fucking clean. Some Kalashnikov USA licensed guns. Even Docturus. This thing is stacked. This thing is like hella stacked, right? Let's see here. Yeah, there you go. Like that is like absolutely like stacked prize list right here. You do not want to go ahead and miss this out, guys. And again, $170, that's fucking cheap, and you're already getting the free shipping. But if you notice this little message right here, right? Each mystery box purchase by that time will get 10 inches of shopping spree. Yeah, absolutely. Once this goes live in, let's see, 1 hour and 20 minutes. It goes live at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, right? So as soon as it goes live, you place an order for one, you're also going to be getting 10 entries into the shopping spree giveaway, right? And you have until that deadline to go ahead and take advantage of that promo going on. So, without further ado, let's get started and start answering some questions. So, I'm going to go ahead and start going from the newest questions to the latest questions, or newest to oldest. Yeah. All right. All right, let's see here. Jim the Mad Viking, any word on Action Army VSR 10 parts? As of right now, I don't have an exact ETA as to when Action Army specifically will be restocking. We'll have to go ahead and take a look at when they initially sold out. Normally, restocks, again, this was before COVID, usually would take 4 to 6 weeks to be restocked. COVID obviously slowed a lot of things down, and we're still recovering from that, but I'm not 100% certain on that. However, as soon as we get word as far as like when Action Army would be restocked, right? We can definitely go ahead and let you guys know. Again, if anything, in the meantime, just hit the notify me button as soon as when it comes back in stock, so that way when it does arrive, you'll be able to get emailed. All right, let's see here. Stitch FC, Lancer Gen 2 and 2 have been solid. Had one issues, but they have constant. I see. Gooblin asks, I wouldn't. Oh, well, he's not asking. He's more stating. Okay, this one catches my attention. I wouldn't recommend Lance Tactical as a brand. Okay, so Gooblin. So obviously, I'm not here to go out and like shit on anyone, right? I'm not here to go out and shit on anyone. I don't want to go out and bully anyone, but I do have kind of an issue when people just go off based off like brands itself, right? Right? Then just say like, oh, brand, like this brand sucks, right? Because if you're saying one brand sucks, then you're saying several brands actually end up sucking. Because if you guys didn't know this, and we've said it plenty of times, many brands come from the same factory. There are many, many gun like models and brands that come from the exact same factory. Because there's not that many like airsoft gun like factories really out there, right? There's very, very few. Lancer Tactical, like the Gen 1s, they were fine. They had like, again, like any other airsoft brand, they had some issues, of course, when it came to like QC, right? But Gen 2s have come out absolutely swinging, and because they listened to all the feedback that they were given. And as a company, that's something that honestly should be rewarded. Not every company wants to go out of their way and actually make changes on the actual like manufacturing or plant on the floor when they're putting stuff together. Not everyone wants to go ahead and put the improvements into place that we ask companies to do. How many times do we see airsoft guns that come out, right? Even like, let's even talk about high-end guns, right? They know that some high-end guns will have issues, right, with whatever, set of circumstances that they may encounter. Let's take, some brands will crack the receivers very easily, right? That's very much a thing. But do the manufacturers care? No, of course not. Even though customers have told them, hey, this is a problem, they're going to be like, all right, yeah, whatever. And they're just going to keep moving on. Lancer was one of the very few companies that I'm going to give them credit where credit's due, because I'm looking at this completely objectively. Lancer is one of the very few companies that I know of that was willing to make improvements to their design and improve their like quality control overall. And the Gen 3s are fucking solid. If they really weren't that good of a brand, why the fuck would we choose them as the OEM for the MGC4? They were the only company that really wanted to go in and work with us and make a high quality airsoft gun for your money. Oh, Boss Man wants to chime in right here. I'm going to switch the mic.
So,
there you go.
What's his name?
Gooblin.
Gooblin was mentioned like, oh, don't recommend.
Yeah,
Lancer.
I saw that. I was talking about that right now.
Lancer Tactical as a brand. I'm gonna give out a different perspective.
Sure.
Okay, so do you have a favorite action movie star?
Yeah, I would say so. Sylvester Stallone.
Like, for example, okay, so in that time frame, there are other action movie stars.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Right? Who is your least favorite?
They're all really good. Steven Seagal.
Okay, that's fair, right? But
Yep.
Steven Seagal do have, few good movies too.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Under Siege 2.
What's the one where he's on like taking over an airplane or something?
I think that was. I know
Yeah,
exactly
yeah.
what you're talking about. It was really weird.
Yes.
F-117 actually
yeah.
have a room for people to stay in there, whatnot. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Right. So what I'm trying to say is this. Okay, you can have many different opinions.
Yeah, of course.
But some of the stuff now, I'm starting to realize this. Liking a certain brands or not liking a certain brand, it become a personal preference. Meaning, I like this chick.
Sure.
She's pretty. But let me put it like this. All the Victoria's Secret models are hot, right? I know Victoria's Secret don't use the modeling thing anymore or whatnot, or they're not as popular.
Yeah, but it's all a matter of individual preference.
Right. So you might like, I like Heidi Klum more than Tara Banks. I know they're all older now. You remember those?
No shame to Tyra Banks. She's still pretty.
All right, so you kind of understand what I'm saying, right?
of course,
They're all
absolutely.
pretty, but I just don't like the look of him.
No, of course.
So in a way, I think Lancer's starting to fall into that realm. Let me explain that a little bit. Specna Arms is
The brand
Europe-
Specna Arms.
Specna Arms. The little background is this: you guys know European economy is really bad, right?
Yeah.
Do you know why?
I actually never knew why.
It's simple. Ukraine war.
Oh, I thought you meant like for the past couple years. Okay, specifically the Ukraine wars. Yes.
All right. So because of that, it really messed up a lot of airsoft industry over there too.
I can imagine.
Eastern
yeah.
Bloc Europe were pretty good for Cyma, gunfire based off Poland.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know
That one I did know.
Gunfire is the father of Specna Arms. That's
okay.
That's kind of like
Their
how
parent company?
Yeah, parent company or their own house brand.
Mm-hmm.
They use exactly the same what?
They use exactly the same factories as Lancer does.
Or the MGC.
Or the MGC4, yeah.
You can be like, they're using the exact same manufacturer as Mayo Gangs.
Yeah, it's literally coming from this factory called FJ, right?
So they're actually coming into America now.
Yeah.
Sorry, Albert, but
Yeah, you're chilling.
you know who Charlie is, right? Charlie from G&G.
Yes.
Charlie from he is no longer working at G&G. He's working for Specna Arms.
Okay.
Okay, so he's pushing out guns out there. Specnar.
Yeah.
All right. Do you know why there's a Lancer Gen 2 Core series? No, right? Because there's a Specna Arms Core
Oh,
series.
okay. All right.
And they are exactly the same.
It's the exact same fucking gun.
So now, because they have the same spec as that, and they're trying to offer certain perks for many for retailers like us to pick it up, whatnot. Cool. We should jump on it if Charlie wants us to sell their whatever's right, but maybe not because they may feel like they're more Lancer friendly, so let's not touch them. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm more like Switzerland. In a way, we're impartial because we push whatever it sells. We push G&G, Taurus, etc., etc.
We carry a lot of different brands.
So, if you're saying Lancer as a brand, I don't recommend it, then please don't recommend Specna Arms. Then.
Yeah.
Unless you're just saying, I don't recommend Lancer because I hate that logo, that round circular.
That's a design aesthetic choice. That's a little more understandable.
But you understand what I'm trying to say, right?
No, of course.
You can say like, I just don't like the name Lancer. I like Specna Arms more. Or I like Cybergun Colt more. Or their light N249 is from the same place.
Yeah.
All their M4s are from the same manufacturer.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't like Matrix then. Oh man, if they brand it as Keanu Reeves, I would love it.
I get a kick out of every, and then we've addressed this before when other influencers will like shit on one brand again, like Lancer. Again, that's just one of many, and then they'll go ahead and shit talk, or they'll shit talk that brand, but then they'll end up saying, oh yeah, but Specna Arms, like that's dope, or like these Matrix gun, this thing is dope, super dope. Like you look like an idiot, dude.
Well, I'm not here to attack.
No, not him.
The
not
viewership
him.
and all that kind of stuff. It's the. Are we even streaming? I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, I have the questions up here, so I was going on.
So, what I'm trying to say, the more I'm looking at this, I think that's apparent. Some people just don't like the name.
Yeah.
Like, maybe I don't like the name Isaiah. Can you change your name? Can you change it to Victoria then?
Fuck
you
I'm not
identify
changing it.
as an airsoft gun. Can you change it to MGC4?
I would rather do that than Victoria.
But that's what I'm seeing. Maybe you're talking about like, I don't like their accessories. I don't like their goggles. I don't like their vests. I don't like their etc. etc. But let me backtrack that a little bit then. Their goggles, if you take a look at Valken, they're almost similar. If you take a look at other brands, Lancer Tactical do not manufacture a single piece by themselves. They buy the design, or the OEM manufacturer's like, okay, I have this thing right here.
Yeah.
We call it the product A. If you want us to sell under you, change a little bit or whatever,
Put
you
your own
pay for
packaging
that
in.
molding. You pay for that design, and that's yours.
Yeah.
But it's still the same OEM manufacturer.
In a nutshell, they're just essentially just slapping their own logo on it, like, because at the end of the day, the design itself, the overall design was another companies that were just. It's like other brands. Like, there's so much
Well,
rebranding.
it's like Mayo Gang.
Yeah.
Are you out there in the back, making the gears?
No, I wish. No, I'm not. We're not manufacturers.
Did you get those plastic orange tip done earlier before the live stream?
No, I did not.
You did not? Yeah, you're fired.
No, shit. Well,
But
damn
that's
it.
why we're saying a lot of brands, they're not even manufactured. A lot of manufacturers uses similar parts from outer factories. Like, for example, I don't know if you know this, way back when you find Simon guns that says Classic Army Gears.
Yeah, I do remember this.
Okay, even JG guns has
Classic
Army
Army
Gears
Gears,
in
yep.
there. Okay, what the hell happened?
Like, where did this gun come from? What kind of Frankenstein build is this, right? But that was how guns were made.
Because the gear sets are purchased from another source. Just like gearbox shells, each region, like I explained to you guys, right? Before, when Airsoft started getting really popular, it went up to 10 licensed factories, okay? 10 licensed factory, and there are many brands underneath it. Did you know Taurus guns? And remember that M Sports came out with those full metal guns?
Vaguely.
Okay? I forgot what it's called. But prior to that, they were even a different brand. So all these brands were from a set factory.
Yeah.
I hope you understand
Yeah.
that. Like, E&L were from the same factory as Real Sword. But they sold it to a different... They basically just sold the moldings to another party. Because they don't want to do this anymore. They want to do something else.
So Real Sword's gone, basically.
The factory?
Yeah.
The ARM factory is still there.
Okay.
Okay? They're huge, dude. They make real guns.
Yeah.
Okay? Airsoft is just a kick.
Yeah.
All right. So, I hope you guys understand that. So, what I'm trying to say is, if you're asking Lancer Gen 3 or Highcap, which one would you buy? It depends on your application. If that's your first gun, we would recommend Lancer Gen 3 or any guns that will outrange a Highcap.
Yeah.
Some people will say, oh, my Highcap can shoot 100 yards.
Okay.
Okay, really?
Cool.
I doubt it. But,
yeah, but I mean, fucking alright, cool, man.
But most of the AEG will outrange Highcap. If you're gonna play more indoor, let's say your local field, it's not outdoor, it's indoor. I wouldn't even recommend you Highcap as your first gun too, because first of all, the capacity is only 32 to 36 rounds, 28 to 30 something. All right.
Yeah.
You're gonna get outgunned.
Yeah, and like you can definitely, it's easier to recommend it if you are playing in an indoor setting as your first field, but it is going to require a little bit more maintenance compared to just running a standard AEG.
Yeah.
But again, that is an option you can do. It's all preference. But again, we normally would recommend going with like a Gen 3 or any AEG.
So if you don't mind the Lancer brand name
or the logo,
or I don't know, simply just because other people say buy Crytek.
Yeah.
Well, the other day people were saying buy Crytek, right? Should we get the LVOA? But everybody can now see it. If you're buying it just for the body, what's the point?
Yeah, what's
right?
exactly the point, right? You're just paying for a shell at that point. Yeah, if it were half the price, then I'd be like, all right, maybe that's worth thinking about. But as is now, fuck no.
So alternative, since if you're saying you don't like Lancer, alternative are Classic Army ENF series. There's a Taurus. There are 220 to 240 range guns.
Yep.
If you don't have that much money, you can go even cheaper. Taurus like $170.
Yeah, $175.
G&G got expensive. So
yeah,
if you buy something that's you're probably looking at close to $300. Then you can have the KW original.
Yeah, those are $250.
ETU and all that kind of stuff.
The switch life extenders are strong. You can use that, and it's $250 to $280.
So again, we're not here to try to be apologists for Lancer, but if you just don't want to recommend Lancer as a brand, let's get some facts straight. Yeah. That's all we're saying. Yeah. Okay? If you say, I don't recommend Lancer, I recommend Specnars, I recommend other brands. You're
the type of person.
We need to figure out what it is, right? If you're like, no, you guys should buy, let's say, APS brands.
Fuck
F1.
no. Fuck no, I'm not doing that.
Calm down. You know, some people may like pains, but you know,
APS.
yeah, a piece of shit.
Yes, that's exactly what it stands for.
But there are many other brands that you guys can pick from. There are more brands than Lancer.
Oh yes.
Okay, and there are more comparable stuff outside of Lancer too. If you don't like the name.
Yeah, of course. Like, there's many options for what it is that you're playing for, what field, what budget. We carry a shit ton of different brands and different models out there. It's just a matter of which one you like. But again, it's just a matter of, okay, if you're gonna like not recommend this or say stuff like that, then maybe just let's look at why you wouldn't.
Like, I'll bring up another point here real quick before I need to drop off the mail.
Yeah.
We were talking to Victor about ETUs and all that.
Yeah,
kind of stuff,
the different
right?
types of MOSFETs or ETUs.
So, if you like ETU stuff, there are a lot of different choices you can make. But if you're already buying something that you don't need, you don't need that stock ETU. You already decide I want to go for gate.
Yeah.
I want to go for certain things. Then you can actually try to look for something with comparable body, and you're not spending that much money.
Yeah,
that's what I see.
Because at the end of the day, if you're paying for like this super like high-end AEG, we're not saying that you shouldn't buy it, but if you already know that you want to go in for a very specific ETU or MOSFET replacement, and the gun you're buying is like going to be a little more expensive because it already has an ETU pre-installed, you're spending more money than you have to.
So this goes down to the topic I want to get in. I saw someone was talking about it's paying in the butt to upgrade KWA guns. There are manufacturers out there. They when they design something, they have this in mind. They're designing it for them to function how the spec, how they want it to be. You know, like for example, KWA Roland T10. They wanted to have recoil. They're not looking at high rate of fire or whatever because they want to mimic. Yeah, well, it's not even training. Let's take the word training apart.
They want to mimic a real firearm.
All right, so they design it a certain way. If you want to be like, I want to make it DSG, I want to do that. That's on you. That has nothing to do with KWA's engineering.
Yeah.
Okay, they didn't tell you, oh, when you buy this, you should cut everything out and then change the stuff out.
Yeah.
All right. So if you have difficulty changing the stuff out and all that kind of stuff, please look at what you look at, like the most basic upgrade friendly, you know, how should I platform then?
Yeah.
You know,
there's easier platforms to work with. If you really are going in with the mindset that I just want to gut all the internals, then go for something that's going to be a little bit more forgiving and something that's going to be a little bit easier and more accepting towards aftermarket part. And even then, I would, in 2KWA's defense, I would say their stuff has gotten a lot easier to work on. Like, most techs can usually agree, like, even though there's one or two things that are difficult, especially like the T10, it's still like very compatible with like aftermarket ETUs or MOSFETs.
Well, yeah, the ETU MOSFET is easier, but you know, because I'm not sure if their system, you can call it quick change spring system. You know how they have the system you can actually
the VPS
and change the thing.
That
may
system.
You know, like for example, I'm gonna use Lancer.
Sure.
For example, when after you install the gearbox and whatnot, it's actually much easier to put the spring in than maybe a KWA, because all you need to do is slide it in and lock the spring guide
in place.
Marui is paying a butt. Okay, KWA may be the same when it comes to that. That's why you have difficulties too. So please, if we want to gut the whole gun, change out the stuff, you know, do some research. You already have this mindset of doing it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like this. If I like MacBook. I like how the Apple look, but I'm gonna gut it. I'm gonna put an Intel chip in there. I'm not saying it's not impossible.
No.
I believe people can. Maybe they can do it.
You could do it. I don't know how much work would be involved in that, but it's possible.
It's possible, right? So please keep that in mind when we come and talk about upgradability, because even Crytek has that same issue.
Yeah, you still have to mill out the gearbox sometimes.
Taurus, I believe Ares may have the same issue because their gearbox cutout is different, and there are many different guns. And I'm gonna go on to another thing that I have seen this frequently. Max hop up, any kind of after CNC hop ups Those are cool. Okay.
They're fun, they're cool, but they're not meant to be just a straight drop-in part.
Yeah, they're not drop-in. Meaning, what do I mean by that? Everything is Tokyo Marui spec, Tokyo Marui original design spec. But all this factory, they only copying it. But while they're copying it, certain numbers going to be different.
Yeah.
The way their outer barrel going to the body, how it locks once it's locked, how much it push back, their gearbox maybe a little bit forward, a little bit backwards, etc., etc., etc. So let's say if you just buy a Max Hoppa from us and you drop in, I'm just saying Lancer.
Yeah.
Even Lancer gun, okay?
Yeah.
Like, you drop in, oh man, it worked great. So I'm gonna recommend this for everybody. Don't do that yet, because even by that factory, you're gonna have deviation per gun, especially for a CNC thing. That it's literally when you make it, the tolerance is not gonna be too much on the CNC part, but for your gearbox, for your outer barrel, for your upper receiver, how it all mesh together, there is a big difference.
Yeah.
You off one hair here, one hair there,
It fucks
one
everything
hair
up.
there. You're gonna have some sort of tinkering you need to do. Different. You may need to
Swap out the
file
air
down
nozzle.
the air nozzles. You may have to add slight spacer. What kind of spacer you can add to push the whole thing forward or backwards, all that kind of stuff. So I hope you guys understand
Yeah.
this. All right, that's it.
Yeah, that's something that we've mentioned before. Like, again, when it comes to like, if you really want to go ahead and like see improvements in like range, accuracy, and everything, like, just again, all you have to do is just swap out the inner barrel, the bucking, and if you want better consistency, then you can swap out the nub as well. There's really no big need to swap out the hopper chamber itself, especially if you're trying to go for something like a Max or a CNC one, because it again, like, it's a different material. It's going to require a little bit more finer tuning in order for it to get to properly work. It's not a simple drop-in component.
Yeah, a lot of parts are like that.
Yeah, a lot of parts
Even
are like
gear
that.
Sets.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's it. You may or may not get this kind of information from a lot of places.
Yeah.
But this is what our Q&A is.
Yeah, this is what it's all about. We want to go ahead and give out accurate, correct information. That, again, I'm gonna be real with you. We've said some shit that like most stores would like cry if they ended up like revealing that information. We've been pretty damn transparent about everything.
So mystery box fight.
Yep. So right now you are about 58 minutes away from the drop for the Airsoft GI Independence Day Mystery Box. Again, 170. Order one of these when it drops, and you'll be getting 10 entries into the shopping spree giveaway going on next week for $1,800. And look at that prize pot. Look at that. Look at the prize list that you get here. $240. Right, you get the BAMF, you get the Mark 46s, you get the VFC 416s, the G&G 308s, right? You get the BCM rifle, the LCTs and the KWAs, all that good shit. You can be getting that for just $170. That's all you got to do, and you automatically get free shipping. So let's go ahead and answer some more questions, right? Let's see here. How do I enter the Livestream giveaway? First time I've been here. This one comes from Rogue. Oh, I think it's gonna be Rogue Leader. Rogue Leader, what's going on, bro? How do I enter? It's very simple. All you have to do is place a $20 or greater order, and you will automatically be entered. It's by the order number. You don't have to do anything else. And once you place an order through Airsoft GI that's $20 or more, you're in, buddy. That's literally all you got to do. Now, if you want to increase your odds, obviously, you want to go ahead and maybe take advantage of this promo we got going on here, right? This one is going to be lasting until 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time today. So order any Airsoft gun, It's $100 or more, and you're going to be getting 10 entries, 10 chances to win the shopping spree giveaway. Think of them as like your raffle tickets, right? And before like you start asking like, oh, well, I still get myself. This is not a lottery. This is not a gamble, right? This is 100% like free that we're doing. There is no risk of you not getting your parts or the stuff that you order from Airsoft GI. You're still getting everything you order. This is just something free we like to go ahead and do additionally, right? Let's go ahead and catch up. I know we were talking for a little while, so let's go ahead and catch up on some questions. All right, moving on down. There we go. All right, let's see here. Are Krychek guns considered DMR? This one comes from Glue Master. No, they are not. So Krychek guns, again, this is what okay, so I've said it before and I'll say it again when it comes to Krychek. Krychek is a very well put together AEG. They're very well put together guns. However, they are really starting to show their age. For the money, you can get way better performing guns, right? Krychek is what I would consider like, that's your benchmark for what you want an AEG, like bare minimum, to offer, right? Like, well, good internal components and constructed very well. That's like the bare minimum you would expect from a $300 plus airsoft gun, right? But Krycheks are definitely more than just, flat $300, right? They're definitely a lot more. and they definitely don't have the range or accuracy like compared to even some modern build like airsoft guns, right? Like even some like quote unquote affordable like or beginner guns can outshoot them. Like shot for shot, they can outshoot or like a Crytek, right? And they're like half the cost. So again, if you really want one, you can just bear in mind that you probably will be outgunned and outranged even by like now like modern beginner rifles, right? That is 100% a fact. All right. Let's see here. Let's scroll down. How suggest? Yeah, don't forget a BCM MCMR. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see here. Make sure. Best gun under 250. This comes from Leafs fan 8034. All right, so it really depends on what it is you mean by best, right? Because everyone has their own preferences. Everyone likes certain platforms more than others, right? If you were asking me what my best recommendation for like a best like AEG, right, for under under 250, usually under 250, I would say going for something like LT31, right? You can go for something like one of these bad boys, right? It's basically a pre-built like Mark 18 right out of the box, right? It's literally you can just start slapping accessories and it's good, right? Both of these right now on our Shocker deal for less than $200 even. Damn, they're both going for 188. That's fucking good, right? And you already get here. Let's take a closer look, right? You already get like sort of the DD Mark 18 style rail system on here, so you're already getting that Mark 18 Mod 1 sort of configuration, and the burnt bronze. So good. But they have the solid black on there too, if that's your preference. But you can also go with something like Arcturus. I love Arcturus for the level. I misspelled that. Arcturus. There we go. I can't spell today. There we go. Right? There are tons of Arcturus models out there, but the biggest reason why I love Arcturus is because not too many companies have that level of care when it comes to the shimming job on their gearboxes, and Arcturus is one of those, if not probably the best shimming job out of the box that you can get from an airsoft gun, outside of the MGC4, of course. But let's say take a look at this one. This is probably one of our most popular like ARs from Arcturus, right? The NYO2CQ, right? Sort of that Mark 18 sort of length. So this is good for both indoor, good for outdoor as well. It's not too short, it's not too long, somewhere in the middle, right? Nice little SBR here. But it's still got plenty of range. This guy is going to come included with a 602 Type 4 inner barrel rotary style hop-up chamber. This one should be using a quick change spring system, but it is going to have a micro switch trigger. So it's a very, very satisfying mechanical trigger. So every time you pull it, it has that nice click. It's so good. It's so good. 214. And again, you can get that even cheaper when you use coupon code 20th, right? All right, scrolling up. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, our card is going to answer that one already. Cisco is out sick. Yeah, so again, guys, if you guys didn't hear, Cisco is actually out sick today. So, well, he's been out sick this whole week, actually. His throat has been out of commission for the last couple of days, right? Mans is really struggling right now. But don't worry, he is getting better. I texted him earlier today. He seems to be doing a little bit better right now. Yeah, just bear in mind, that is the main reason why we didn't want to have the shopping spree giveaway live stream happening today, because again, it just would have been killer on his throat. He does not sound at all okay right now as far as his throat. He is feeling better, but his throat is still like, nah, it ain't there. Like, he can't talk on the phone really. But he is he is on the road to getting better. When he does get better by next week, we should be able to go ahead and host the live stream, and it'll be for $1,800, which you guys still have a chance at getting. So make sure you don't drop the ball and get yourself entered into one. All right, let's see here. Leafs fanboy. I always use the LT32 for close combat. Yeah, they work. They're great. Let's see here. Yeah, and if your Stitch is right. If your budget can handle, MGC4 Mark II is upgraded Gen 3 with full metal receiver and some customizations. Absolutely, dude. Absolutely, Stitch. Stitch, you own one of the MGC4 Mark IIs, dude. You know that thing is fucking dope. Absolutely love the MGC4s, right? Let's go and take a look at one. I just want to see one, right? All right. So we have a bunch of different versions of it. If you want to get it in a combo package or even a Performance Plus package where we throw in a new Unicorn Type 4 inner barrel, we do the bucking and the hop-up nub installation for you for free. We throw that in there so you get it right out of the box. Fucking sick. But one of the ones I wanted to go and draw attention to was the challenge kits. Now, I made the announcement yesterday that these went live, but we finally got the pictures for them, so they are live right now. But yeah, check these out. So these are going to come they're going to look like super silver in the pictures. When you get them, they are going to be basically unfinished as far as the paint, right? Because there is no paint that's been applied to it. It is going to be that bare metal, but it looks good, actually. I kind of like the way it looks, even just plain. But if you wanted to, you could definitely take one of these guys because, again, all the like fire control switches except the trigger, all the other buttons like the mag release button, that's going to be removed from the actual receiver because they want you. It's meant to be Cerakoted or like hydro dipped right as is, right? So as soon as you get it, you just got to remove some of the stuff and then you're good to go. The buffer tube. For the picture, I had to go in and put the screw on, but it comes off. But it comes included with all the stuff you need to put it all together. It just makes it easier for you when you want to go ahead and take all those smaller pieces off, so you can just immediately begin like either hydro dipping or Cerakoting it, or if you want to go ahead and rattle can it, that's another thing too. And again, I really want to see. I want this to garner enough support for us to be able to go ahead and do like kind of like a return to the roast my build series, but roast my MGC4. That is my thing. I want that to be a thing, 100%. I want to see how creative people can be, right? I want to see how crazy of an MGC4 Mark II that you could put together, right? With all the freaking like either rattle can jobs, Cerakote, hydro dip, whatever you decide to do with it. I want to see what people can come up with. But yeah, that's available on the website right now, and you can get that even cheaper when you use coupon code 20th and you get 10% off. Fucking sick. All right. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Tactical vest. If you're talking about like tactical vest or like, you know, sort of body armor, it really is a matter of what you're looking to go for. Because there are three, in my thing, right? There's like three bigger, the most popular style of like body armor tactical vests, right, if you will. There's going to be chest rigs, plate carriers, and then cross-draw vests. Now, I know a lot of people may not like the cross-draw vest anymore, but you have to remember that there was a time and period where that was considered really, really cool. And to an extent, people will still use cross-draw vests even to this day, right? They do have their place. But let's go ahead and take a look at some tactical gear, why don't we? Right, let's go down here. Tactical gear. Let's say you want to go with a chest rig, right? And I'll go over the pros and cons of each. Chest rigs are probably if not one of my favorite, then definitely my favorite, right? It's like system to rock because depending on the chest rig you get, it can either be really simple in which the pouches that you need for your magazines and other stuff is already sewn onto the unit itself, so you don't have to worry about it, or they're going to be customizable, right? They're going to be a blank canvas for you to add whatever pouches you like to it. But I like chest rigs because even though they don't cover as much, right? They don't have as much full body coverage as, say, a plate carrier does. I like how lightweight they feel. It doesn't feel like I'm being overcome with like a shit ton of like pouches that I don't need, or a lot of bulk where I don't want there to be bulk, right? Because at the end of the day, you have to think like, yeah, if you had a whole body armor suit, right? Whatever. Like if you ever see those freaking the EOD suits, you guys know the ones I'm talking about. You guys ever see the movie The Hurt Locker? Jeremy Renner, you know, that big ass like bomb suit that he puts on. Like, yeah, he's covered for his whole body. Not obviously, it's different, meant for different purposes, very explosive. But anyway, like, yeah, walking around in that shit sucks. Like, I've seen guys like do drills where they have to run around in that shit, and they are like drenched in sweat after like one lap around like a track field, right? It is exhausting having to wear something like that, and that's kind of the same thing, right? Obviously, that's an extreme case, but it's kind of the same mentality. The more you have on, the more weight you have on, the more bulk you're wearing and they have to carry around. And it's not going to be the most comfortable. Chest rigs, I feel like, are the most comfy. And they can range in price point too. There are many, many, many different styles, many, many different options, depending on what you want to go for. Some have more pouches. Some have more MOLLE panel space for pouches that you want to add on. And you can customize it to your heart's content, right? Now, the other option is going to be a plate carrier. Now, a plate carrier is similar in that there's many different styles, right? And some of them, if not most of them, are going to be pretty plain. You have to go ahead and deck them out with whatever pouches you want as well, right? Not too many of them. Some of them might come included with a few pouches, but they're meant to be the most modular of, I guess, the platforms, right? Because you can configure it to whatever it is that you need to. But let's say you go with something like, I don't know. Okay, let's go with like one of these. I don't know. This is the first one that popped up, right? You go out something like this Code 11 EXO plate carrier, right? You get all this MOLLE space, and you can go in and put whatever pouches you want on there. But you also get a lot more body coverage than like a chest rig does, right? Where like maybe a chest rig would cover some of the front, but a lot of your sides and the back is like completely exposed, right? To some people, that's a positive. To others, that's a negative. And this is cool because it does offer a lot more like MOLLE space, so you can put whatever pouches or accessories you might need on your kit. But the downside is that it is going to be a lot more stuff on your body, right? And sometimes you don't always want that. Sometimes it's going to maybe weighing you down. It's too heavy, it's too bulky, or it's just not comfy, right? one of the things that I always tell people, it's like, all right, you like the way your plate carrier feels? They're like, yeah, I love my plate carrier. It's so much better than a chest rig. I'm like, okay, sit down in a car. Sit down in a regular car seat and try to put on a seatbelt. If you can't do that comfortably, then it's maybe I would reconsider. Granted, it depends on what you're going to be doing, right? Because I do a lot of MILSM events where sometimes I am getting in and out of vehicles. I need to be able to comfortably sit and have a seatbelt on, and then be able to go and take it off, remove it, and then get out of the car very quickly. If I can't do that, then I need to reconfigure, right? That's my test usually that I do. But the last platform would probably be, let's see, we type in Crosstalk Vest. I misspelled cross. All right, I'm just gonna close that up, and I'm gonna Crosstalk Vest. Did I spell it right? I spelled it right. Cool. All right. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and click on, let's say, this one, right? This is just the first one that I'm gonna grab. So if you were to go with, like, say, a Crosstalk Vest like this, right? Here's the thing. These were cool at one point, and to some people, if you still think these are cool, hey man, more power to you. One of the cool things about Crosstalk Vest overall, about that design, is that a lot of them, if not most of them, are gonna have the pouches already like on there, right? Sometimes they're on like hook and loop panel, like Velcro, but most of the time they're usually gonna be like sewn on already, so they're kind of fixed in place, right? Sometimes they'll come included with like a holster, and like maybe some like shotgun shell pouch, and it's overall not a bad idea, right? Sometimes they'll even come included with like a little tactical belt. It's not a bad idea. However, I never really find that they're the most comfortable. They do give a lot of body coverage without being super bulky or heavy like a plate carrier can be, but it's not very modular, at least nowhere near as modular as compared to, let's say, a plate carrier, right? That's just the nature of the design. It's older technology. It's an older design. It is what it is, but it still has its place, right? And I'm not going to knock either or necessarily. I still have a Crosstalk Vest somewhere in my closet, right? I don't use it as often, but again, if I ever decided to go out and use it, I could still play effectively with it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I see many players going outside, especially first timers, or even guys that have been like, if they're like former military, but they're like a lot older, or former law enforcement, but they're a little bit older, but they're still playing airsoft. Also, they kick ass, man. They kick ass, and they're using a Crosstalk Vest, man. You know, just goes to show it's not the gear; it's always the player itself. All right, let's see here. Okay, I think that should be good. Okay. Do you guys have any news on this one? Comes from ZRR1X. Do you guys have any news on the CPSC regulation? Not yet. That one we are still keeping an eye on, because the latest info that we had was, again, we posted a video, I believe, a week, maybe like 2 weeks ago, with Boaz. He was letting everyone know that the regulation has been put on hold. It's not implemented yet. They were able to garner enough support that it's something that is going to be considered. However, it's not off the table entirely yet. As soon as more develops, we will be letting everyone know. But again, that's as soon as something develops. As of right now, haven't heard any news on it yet, but we're keeping an eye on it, because, again, originally that was going to be sneakily passed without us knowing, but thank God we were able to go ahead and get eyes on that, and we were able to spread the word. Oh, God. I could use my water right about now. Oh, man, I just drank all my water yesterday, though. Gnarls, I got my MTC Mark II yesterday. Hella excited. Yeah, man, you're going to be fucking stoked, man. It's fucking cool. DJ, so what's the deal with the Shopping 3 being postponed? Sorry, I just got here. No worries, dude. Like I said earlier, I posted in the Discord, and I even posted it yesterday on social media, but Cisco is still out sick. The man's cannot speak right now. Like, his voice is really, really bad. But he is on the road to recovery. Slowly but surely, he will get better. So by next week, next Thursday, we will be able to go ahead and do the Shopping Giveaway. But again, we were able to go ahead and increase the price, but we added another $600, so it's $1,800 right now that you can win just for placing a $20 order. But again, many promos going on right now. All right. I'm going to scroll all the way to the bottom. Make sure it's not... All right, cool. Let's see here. Hey guys, if you haven't already, make sure to go ahead and please give a thumbs up to the live stream. That really helps us out. And make sure to share this live stream, share the video with everyone that you know. And again, if you know anyone that's even remotely at all interested in airsoft, maybe they don't even know what airsoft is, but they said it looks cool, make sure to let them know about this stream and ask their questions. This is totally a safe space to go ahead and ask your question. There's no such thing as a dumb question. Obviously, just don't like spam, nonsense in here, but even then, we're pretty forgiving. Just make sure that they, again, like you're sharing this around, because again, we want to help out as many people as we possibly can. So let's make sure that we are not missing anything. Shadow Mink's Hobbies. What are you doing here? I haven't seen you in one of my live streams in a while. How's it going? How's it going? All right, let's see here. This one comes from TCR671. Well, does the Independence Day mystery box come with free shipping? TCR671, yes, it does. The Independence Day mystery box. Let me go here. Let's go new products. Let's go in here. Yeah. Okay. So if you click on the mystery box, you will notice that in the title it actually says with free shipping. Yes. You for the what is it? Lower 41 or lower 48? Yeah. Lower 48 states, you are getting free UPS ground shipping. Obviously, if you are trying to do expedited shipping, there's not like we can't do anything about that. You're paying for an expedited service. That's not going to be free. But if you're just doing standard ground, it should be free. So very, very cool. And again, look at that prize list. Like, let's take a look at that prize list one more time, right? Why not? Right? Like, so cool. You know what? Let's go even from the bottom down, right? So you see what the lowest prize that you can go out and get are like the Arcturus LWTs, right? Those are 175. Those are 175. The box, it's going right now for 170. Tags being in the lowest prize is already more than the price of the actual box itself. No matter what you get, it is going to be an automatic win. Like it's a victory regardless, right? Because you're gonna win. You are going to win something dope, right? And all these guns are fucking cool. There's like not one bullshit gun that I see on here, right? I look at like mystery boxes from other places, and I'm gonna say it, like there are some really bullshit like boxes out there, right? That try to fluff it up with a bunch of other shit. Hand sanitizer, anyone remember those days? Fuck. Like, yeah, no, we don't do that shit. This is all good shit that you could win. This is a guaranteed victory. All right, let's see here. Make sure we're scrolling up. Okay, TCR671. Another good question. What is a better starter platform, M4 or AK? M4. The AR, the M4, the M16, that platform is going to be so much easier to find upgrade components for. Not that saying that you can't do it for AKs. Like AKs are like their gearbox, the version 3 gearbox is I would say the second most common type of gearbox that you can find parts for and upgrade. And there are actually some benefits going with an AK gearbox as well. Or going with an AK platform, I should say. But with the M4, the AR-15, the M16, there's just so much shit that exists for it, right? If you go online, like if you look up like Airsoft assembly videos, the number one's probably going to be like M4s or Highcapas, right? It is a little bit more forgiving, I would say, and it's way more modular too. Like there are some customizations that you can do with AKs, but it's kind of picky with which ones will work. It's not as forgiving as say like the AR platform or the M4s. So I highly recommend sticking with the M4 platform. All right, let's see here. James Chelikas. I got myself $20 voucher. If I use it today, Tourist a mystery box, will it still be entered in giveaway? Oh, towards. I think okay, towards. I'm gonna try to extrapolate from this. James, if you're asking if you have $20 voucher and it's in your account right now, and you use it towards the mystery box, will you be entered in the giveaway? Yes, you can use that voucher towards anything that you buy. And that will still work and get you the entries into the shopping spree giveaway. That you order that. It doesn't matter what you're paying with. You order it, you will be getting an entry. So there you go. Okay, Dorkian, will the 20th discount code work on the Independence Day mystery box? I don't believe that it will for mystery boxes specifically. Yeah, I don't believe it will work for mystery box specifically because it's already discounted as is. I know like the 20th can apply to a lot of discounted items right now, but I don't know if that'll apply to it. If I'm being honest, I don't think it will though. I mean, you're more than welcome to try, but I don't think it will. If I'm being honest, if I remember correctly. All right. Let's see here. Let's go in here. Okay. Okay, Levi Shumway. What's going on, bro? Guess who's back again? Frog Biscuits back. Tell a friend. What's going on, man? What's going on, dude? Let's see here. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, scrolling up. Okay, Q of 1. Isaias is to gain insight on a sponsor for a POV technical that goes to 3-4 national events a year. This comes from Rogue Leader. Rogue Leader, when it comes to any sort of sponsorship, it has to be a mutually beneficial agreement or arrangement for both parties, right? Let's say for Airsoft, right? If you want to have a Airsoft retailer sponsor you, there has to be a reason for us to do so, right? Usually it's typically through social media. If you were to have a pretty sizable social media presence or reach, then yeah, that is definitely something that is worth looking into. But if not, usually that would end up being kind of a one-sided sort of sponsorship deal, right? Yeah, that's kind of like the end of the day. Like it's all a matter of like what you can bring to the table for us, right? Let's see here. And then question 2 of 2, he asked, would a trade for ad space on the POV be something interested in exchange for? Ad space, I mean, yeah, it's really going to be a matter of, like, again, like how you can help spread the word for GI, right? How you can help get our name out there. If again, your reach is not going to be that big, then most likely we're probably not going to be interested. Yeah, it really just depends on what you can go ahead and do for the company as well. Yeah. I got confirmation from Bossman himself. The code will not work for mystery boxes. Mystery boxes are a separate entity. It will not apply to mystery boxes. Okay, let's see here. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, guys, remember, if you want to go ahead and ask a question, if you can, please go ahead and put a letter Q in front of your question. That way I can more easily see it. Let's see here. Leafs fan is still not as good as my Crytek. I love how that became a meme. Like, I love how that is 100% a meme in Airsoft, right? Like, and some people still like will, and it's a perpetual cycle. People will still say that shit unironically, and it's like, all right, man. Like, I mean, there's nothing we really can do. All the evidence is right there. Like, we literally showed you how it performs stacked up to other guns, and it's not that great. Like, it's fine, but it's not that great, especially for the money. But people still be like, mine is better. Mine is better. All right, dude. Whatever. Let's see here. Shadow Minx, I'll stack Bad Kitty against any Crytek any day. All right, let's see here. Make sure. Isaias, can you lend me $170 and tax till next Friday? Jim, I wish that's how that worked. I wish I could, my homie. I wish that's how that worked. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and scroll down to the most recent questions. All right. James Simnick, do you know a good place to get a good hybrid sight? Hybrid sight. I'm not too sure what you mean by a hybrid sight. If you can, please elaborate, and I might be able to help you out. Or if you want to go ahead and get more into detail about it, you can also, again, this applies to anyone. If you want to ask a more detailed or longer-winded question, I don't know if that's the proper phrase for it, feel free to also go ahead and DM us directly. Instagram, Facebook, Discord. We can definitely help you out and figure it is whatever it is that you need help with, and we can definitely get you taken care of there that way as well. All right, let's see here. Simunitions hurt, lol. Yes, they do, Shadow Minx. I actually got shot once with a simunition round. I don't want to get shot again. All right. Let's see here. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, would you consider... Okay, this one comes from Lintil. Would you consider Airsoft similar in any way to shooting real farms? And can playing Airsoft be good prep for going into the military? Okay, so Lintil, that's actually a very good topic, actually. And I believe this has been discussed before on, like, on other YouTube videos as well. Airsoft, in a lot of ways, and it can be similar to real farms, and in a lot of ways is not, right? There's a very big difference between, like, a real farm and an airsoft gun, right? Especially if we're talking about AEGs, right? Airsoft guns, usually don't have any sort of like major recoil, right? The closest thing you can get is like maybe a gas blowback rifle, but even then, the recoil is fairly controllable. It's nothing like that a child wouldn't be able to really handle. Same thing with like even like a Ronin T10, right? Like the RM4 series from KW, or any sort of electric blowback or electric recoil system, like the kinetic feedback system that they have. It's cool, but it's nowhere near like as strong as as an actual recoil like effect that you would get from a real farm, and that's just the way they're designed, right? Now, with that said, being able to be familiar with certain platforms and because again, airsoft guns are meant to replicate real firearms. Being familiar with the controls of an airsoft gun will get you familiar with the controls of the real firearm itself. Now, obviously, there's some differences, of course, right? Like on an airsoft gun, we all know that the forward assist, they don't do shit, right? And an airsoft gun, they don't do shit. But obviously there's a purpose for the real firearm as well, right? Like that's very different there. But overall, as far as like the selector, the trigger, and just how to handle it and how to move it, being comfortable with a certain platform can get you, well, there you go. It can get you comfortable with the same platform that the airsoft gun was originally replicating, right? There's actually this video out there. I believe it was a little bit older video. I don't watch their stuff anymore recently, but again, it was a pretty cool video when it came out. T-Rex Arms, if you guys remember him, Lucas Bakken, freaking his video that he did with what's his name, Liku, I believe was his name. He's supposed to be this dude from Japan, right? And he only practices with airsoft guns. But when he brings him over to stateside, right? And it's his first time ever shooting a real firearm. Yeah, it takes him like a couple of tries to get like used to the recoil itself, but he does dry fire training or dry fire drills with airsoft guns. When he started doing that with real firearms, even though it took him like one or two tries to like kind of get used to the actual feeling of a real firearm, kicking back, he got real good. Like, and he started like, and they started timing him. He got some pretty impressive times considering it was like realistically his first time ever being exposed to a real firearm. It was impressive to say the least. Now, as far as getting good prep into the military, when it comes to like joining the military, like bear in mind this is going to be coming from everyone that I know that has done military. All the prep that's involved with it, right? I had to do a little bit of that because originally I was going to be serving Coast Guard, but shit happened. What are you going to do, right? But nothing can really prepare you for like again depending on what like your MOS is, right? Depending on what job you're going to end up doing in the military. Nothing can 100% prepare you for that, for what you might see, for what you might do. Now, I'm very grateful for every single service member, especially if you guys watch. If you're a service member, first of all, fucking thank you. Like, you guys are fucking heroes, right? But it's tough, man. Like, it's many of my friends, many guys on my team are former vets, and it's definitely tough. And nothing in airsoft could have prepared them for that. Now, with that said, they do also like to use airsoft as a form of like kind of as a refresher, you know what I mean? Kind of just to keep up with their skills that they learned, right? Whether it be like room clearing, how to breach, moving as an actual unit as well, how to communicate effectively as a team, practicing good communication, all that shit. Like, yeah, the airsoft, it lends itself very well to that. Now, obviously, again, differences, of course, but the fundamentals, I believe, are going to be fairly similar as far as like actual tactics to an extent. Again, I say to an extent. Remember, an airsoft gun has nowhere near the same range as a real firearm. Let's get that one right out of the way, right? But with that said, especially if you're playing like indoors or if you're doing more like CQB, like just trying to practice like room clearing and shit, yeah, that can be very, very helpful. Very helpful. So I would say like it definitely can help, but I would say that there are other things you would want to do because again, military, obviously you're going to be doing a lot more physically demanding shit. So I would say just start getting into shape. Usually there are like some type like from what I remember, there's a lot more prep, like sort of prep style like programs that'll get you more physically prepared for the strains of basic, right? And again, whatever your job might be. So I would recommend maybe looking into that as well. But yeah, I would definitely say it doesn't hurt to try. It doesn't hurt to use that as a means to sort of kind of get yourself ready to an extent. Okay, this comes from Goofy asks, hello, I have a question. What high kappa is good and cheap? So for high kappas, most of them are all going to be fairly, again, if you're talking about like sort of like the more affordable ones, most airsoft pistols typically have a very similar performance spec, right? Most of them are going to be shooting very similar. However, there are some differences. But if you're looking for one that's going to be fairly like good and like actually pretty attainable, and as far as price point, you can always go with something like a Golden Eagle. Did I spell that right? Yeah. I forgot to put high kappa. Damn it. All right. Golden Eagle high kappa. There you go. All right. Let's go here. There's a few things under the high kappa. Why'd it go black? Why'd it go white? Almost there. Almost there. Give me a second. There you go, right? There are a ton of Golden Eagle high kappas that are available, right? And most of them usually are like 123, maybe, yeah, like 123 usually average for a high kappa. Let's go with this one, right? You can be any of them. They're all the same. It's just a matter of different slide design, right? Whichever one looks cooler in your opinion. But let's say you go with something like this, right? This guy, for example, is, and pretty much all of them, this applies to all of them, they're full metal construction. They are TM spec. They are 100% TM spec, meaning that you can get upgrade components for them, whether you wanted to change out the loading nozzle, the blowback housing unit, you want to go ahead and change out the slide itself, maybe the outer barrel, bucking inner barrel, which is going to be the bread and butter of your performance for high kappa. Those are interchangeable. You can go ahead and swap them out for anything that you would like as far as other brands. Some fitment might be required depending on the brand itself that you buy, and they're discounted to like 113. Bossman wants to chime in. What's going on?
Earlier you mentioned, some people mentioned can they use any kind of voucher to buy anything. Like, let's say he was mentioning buying it from mystery box.
Yeah.
And he will not just get one entry; he gets 10.
Yeah, he gets fucking 10 entries. Yeah.
Okay. Just
no, I got you. Yeah, if you guys didn't hear that last time, I'll say it again. When you order the, let me pull it up right now. Pull it up right here so y'all can see it. Part of the Independence Day mystery box is, again, if you order it when it goes live in that time frame, for I believe the limit or the deadline is 7/07, so July 7th, you'll be getting 10 entries into the shopping spree giveaway. 10 entries into the shopping spree. Again, I just want to remember 10. But again, that goes live in 25 minutes. So when it drops 25 minutes, y'all better hop on that real quick. All right, let's go ahead and close that out right here. All right, but yeah, go back to that question. Yeah, that's one brand you can definitely go with, Golden Eagle. They're actually really solid. Like, we were shooting them, and they're pretty fucking good, especially considering that price point. Again, you can upgrade the fuck out of these guys. If you wanted a different recommendation too, you can also go with Raven, Highcap. Yep. You can also go with brands like Raven or Vorsk. It's the same company. I don't know. Again, I don't know why they wanted to separate it, but whatever. It's literally the exact same fucking company. But you can go with something like this Raven Airsoft 5.1 Highcap, right? Also, very upgradable. Very upgradable. It is TM spec as well. Magazines should be interchangeable with other brand magazines as well. This one's going to have the unique or distinct feature, though. It comes included with a pre-installed micro red dot sight on there. That's fucking cool, man. And look at that price, $136, and you already get a pre-installed micro red dot. Bear in mind, most red dots, like micro red dots, usually are like 45 at the lowest, usually, for like a good one, and they're gonna go up from there, right? So you're getting this pistol, full metal construction, right, and the red dot for just $130, and you can get it even cheaper because this one actually does apply for coupon code 20th, so you get that 10% off. Also, it's an airsoft gun. It's definitely over $100. Order this before 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time today, and you're going to be getting 10 entries into the shopping spree giveaway. Throwing that out there. Just saying, highly, highly recommend. Okay. Let's see here. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Should I thank you? I'm just getting to Airsoft. I'm going to outdoor fields. Oh, good to see another new player. Oh my god, he said, dude, don't worry. Lol. Yeah, no, like, I'm just trying to answer as many questions as I possibly can, man. Okay, here's a good one. Should I buy a magnified scope or a reflex sight for a starting sight? That's really a matter of individual preference on how you play. Usually what I would say, TCR 671, before even buying optics, I usually like to tell customers, believe it or not, play with the gun completely plain first. Like, playing it with it completely stock is usually the way to go. Because every optic is going to serve a different function, right? Not all optics serve the same purpose. Some optics are better for more of an aggressive play style or work better in certain environments, right? Like, I would not usually recommend rocking a magnified optic or a magnified scope of any kind in a CQB environment, right? Now, with that said, you can always use a reflex sight outdoors. However, a lot of engagements outdoors are usually at further range, so a reflex sight might not be the best choice always. But again, if you're the player that likes to rush up, heck, yeah, maybe a reflex sight would be super dope. But there are also downsides with the design as well. There's pros and cons to every single, I'd say like different style. Yeah, let's say style. There's pros and cons to every single different style, right? So I would say play with your gun first. If you have played with it and you can narrow down what your play style is, then yeah, I would say if you're a more of aggressive player, reflex style sights, those are really dope. And you can get a pretty decent one for usually like $60 or less. A magnified optic, if it's a good one, that might be a little pricier, depending on which one you're getting, right? Magnified optics are good for sort of like mid-range to long-range gameplay. You can use them up close, but they're not the most effective at that. Reflexes are typically designed for like up close and personal like style play, gameplay. If you're going to be in more of a CQB environment, just bear in mind the reflex like design itself, because it's such a larger sight picture. The glass is going to be a little bit wider. It is easy to shoot one of those bad boys out. So if you are going to get a reflex, I would usually recommend also picking up some form of like sight protector or sight block, just so that you can protect your optic. All right, let's scroll up, answer more questions. I believe I answered that one already. Yeah, okay, so I answered those already. Let's go ahead and scroll down. Let's see. 40mm shower shells ain't good for up close. No, they are not. That is terrifying to get a 40mm shell up close. Gooblin asks, new to Airsoft, is an Octurus AK a good starter weapon? Octurus AK, here's the thing, if you have the money for an Octurus AK, then I'd say, yeah, absolutely go for it. I think you don't have to necessarily spend that much for your first Airsoft gun, but with that said, the Octurus AK, here, let's pull them up, Arcturus AK. Oh, cracked my neck. That felt real good. Yeah, the Octurus AKs are dope. Like, again, this carries over for pretty much every single Octurus AEG. They are shimmed very, very well. That is something that, again, I appreciate when a manufacturer does, because not every manufacturer does that. So that's just, again, a testament to the level of quality and care that they put into their gearboxes. I know several of the techs that we have on our tech help, like a chat on our Discord. They will sing praises for Octurus gearboxes, and I understand why. It's a very, very well-constructed gearbox, and there's a lot of features you get out of the box. They're dope, absolutely dope. And if you have the money for an AK, then I'd say absolutely go for it. I would recommend, though, using coupon code 20th at the very least, just to save yourself a little bit of money. You know what I mean, man? Like, want to help you out as much as we possibly can and save you some extra cash that you can be using towards something else, like maybe some magazines for that gun, right? But yeah, use coupon code 20th if you're going to buy an Octurus AK. Save yourself a little bit of money there. All right, let's see here. Any more questions? I smashed the like button harder than I smashed my taco. What the fuck? Real Wild. What's going on, Real Wild? What's going on, bro? BRB, gotta get my 10 entries, lol. Okay, here's a good one. Goofy is asking Stitch, and when I want HPA, do I need to spend money to upgrade the Highcap? I mean, Vorsk Raven. Usually to go ahead and do, I mean, like, you would need to, like, in order to HPA tap it, obviously you would need to, like, get the actual magazine. I mean, it depends on how you want to do it, but usually you have to get, like, the actual HPA tap for the fill valve, replace that on the magazines. It depends on how many magazines you want to do it for. As far as the internal work, not necessarily, you don't have to, but I normally would recommend. Here's if you're already going the HPA route, that means you typically would have the means to, like, upgrade the internals. So I would say, yeah, it might be worth considering upgrading some of the internals for your Highcap. But if you do want to go ahead and HPA it, now granted, HPA setups usually have an adjustable PSI, right? So you can literally tune how much PSI or how much power you want to, like, output into your gun. But with that said, I think it is beneficial to go ahead and start doing some upgrades to the internals. You might as well, right? Again, everyone wants to go ahead and, like, upgrade their gun, but they overlook, like, the most important, the most basic, and also the most fundamental thing you want to upgrade on your gun in the first place. Again, it may not sound the sexiest, but it's going to be the most effective. Bucking, inner barrel. That's it for a Highcap of bucking and inner barrel. That's literally all you got to do. Bucking inner barrel, and I guarantee you will notice a major improvement on the performance of your airsoft pistol, especially your Highcap. All right, make sure we're scrolling up. James Simonik, hybrid sight is when you have one sight that is normal and another one that can flip in front of it and magnify it so you can see farther. Do you know a place? We sell, like, several different optic styles, whether it be fixed or even variable or adjustable magnification. Hybrid sights like that, I believe if you're referring to, like, a magnifier unit, we sell magnifiers as well. So here, you can type spell that? Yeah, magnifier. No, fire. Yes, okay. I had to see how it was spelled first. I had to make sure. Cisco's dyslexia is rubbing off on me. I believe, let's see if we still have those available in stock. Usually we do sell standalone, like, magnifiers that are, yeah, okay, so let's go with one of these, right? You get a magnifier like this, right, and it should work with most red dots. Just bear in mind, magnifiers are kind of tricky to get to work when it comes to airsoft, right? Because it depends on the optic you have. It has to line up just right in order for it to properly, like, function. Otherwise, it looks off when you look through the magnifier. So just bear that in mind. But yes, you can get a magnifier and pair that with an optic of your choice, with a red dot of your choice. But again, I would recommend, just to make it easier, recommend the same brand just in case. There might be some discrepancy between manufacturer to manufacturer. Let's see here. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay. Okay. Answered that question already. Answered that one already. I put that one in multiple times. Okay, if I get the ID4 box, will y'all finally draw a cat face on the box? I've asked every box. Shadowming's Hobbies, I'm actually surprised that Cisco hasn't drawn a box on there. Yes. I would say Shadowming's Hobbies, we can do it. If anything, uh, you can also ask for... Okay, here's what I would say. Just in case Cisco can't do it, put this specifically. When you order the ID4 box, put down in the notes of the comment section. You guys know what I'm talking about. Put that in the notes comment section when you place your order. Ask specifically for can Cisco or Isaias draw a cat face on the box. Do that specifically, and like maybe put in like caps or something. I don't know, just so we can. I don't know. It might help just so we can more easily identify that. Yeah, I have no problem with drawing my best cat face, and you can rate how my cat face came out as soon as you get your box. But if I see that, just and you can even put down like this comes from Shadowming's Hobbies, right? Put that down, and if they see it, they'll have okay. We'll bring it to either Cisco or Isaias. Yeah, I should be able to go ahead and do it. I don't have any issue with drawing cat faces. I love cats. I'm more of a dog person, but I love cats too. I don't know why felt the need to say that. Let's see here. This one comes from Dakota Reyes. If I made a recent order, would I qualify for the shopping spree? Dakota Reyes, yes, it does. It depends on what we mean by how recent and how much what the order was. So remember, if you place it like, let's say, I don't know, yesterday or earlier today, right? Yeah, you would 100% qualify for the shopping spree giveaway so long as the order was $20 or more. If it was under $20, then no, it did not qualify you because that is a minimum qualifying amount. It has to be a $20 or larger order. If it was like an airsoft gun, and you place the order yesterday or even today, then you would be getting like 10 entries in the shopping spree giveaway. Or like now, like right in about, 14 minutes? In about 14 minutes, the Independence Day mystery box goes live, right? If you order one of these guys, when it goes live, you will be getting 10 entries in the shopping spree giveaway as well. Just throwing that out there. All right. Crazy Jason, what's up, man? What's up, bro? Okay, here's the going. TCR671. Will the Independence Day mystery box come with just a gun or additional parts, i.e. magazines, sights, BBs? It depends on the gun that you get. I would say this. All airsoft guns are at minimum going to come included with at least one magazine, whether that be a mid-cap or a high-cap. It's like AEG, for example. You will be getting one magazine for sure with every gun that is included in there. Some guns do come included with maybe like... Let's see, is there anything on here like they specifically that I give an example towards? Like let's say for example the Zion Arms R15s, right? All the Zion Arms guns, not even the R15s, the PW9s too. All the Zion Arms come included with an additional flash hider. That's a cool accessory that you get. Optics, and some guns will come included with BBs, but not on this list are they going to come included with optics. That's something you would have to go ahead and buy separately, because again, some people might not like the optics that they get if we were to throw that in. This is the prize list here that you can go and check out for yourself, and you can click on the item itself, and you'll see exactly what each gun would come included with the packaging. What's up?
Well, all of them don't come with battery and charger because those are the better guns.
No, he's asking specifically like mag, sights, BBs.
Oh yeah, a lot of M4 and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
AK mag.
Yeah.
M4 max. This is something that I want to interject real quick. I do see a lot of people ask this question. So, are certain guns good for beginners or etc.? To be honest with you, I would think I would say 90% of the guns are okay for anybody.
Yeah.
Okay. How do I go about that? It's really like, let's say I'm gonna put it like this. I don't care if you're gonna play it one time or you're just gonna buy it and then put it somewhere and you forget about it. That's all up to this person,
to the individual.
Okay, to the individual. So let's say if you like the Taurus AKME, you think it looks nice, and you think this is something that you want, it's good to go. A lot of guns that we sell are decent.
Yeah,
they're not gonna be something that you take it out and it's gonna fall apart. Back in the day, maybe year 2002 to 2008, 2009, that may be the case. Even, like let's say the Lancer Gen 1, that may be the case. But nowadays, they're pretty good. Like, for example, the NGC4, anything that we sell out, we actually test them too. Yeah. Okay? So, this is what I meant. Buy what you like, what you think it is, if you have a lot of money. Yeah. Or even if you don't have a lot of money, you already save up, this is what you want. You can buy it. You can do your research first. Now, this is where it comes into some guns may not be user friendly. For example, let's say the the gun that may come with the drum mag, like A&K M249, you may have trouble loading the mag or get that mag to work properly.
Mm-hmm.
You may, because that little two tubes coming in. So the BB literally get fed up by that tube. So maybe the tube is
sometimes you have to sometimes you have to play with the like feeding tube just to get it, because sometimes it can get stuck in place. So you just got to play with it.
Or you got a gun that has, because they need to mimic how the real gun is, their battery space is shit.
Yeah, it's a little bit it's tough to get a battery in there. That can happen.
So those may be problematic for new players. For example, NK46, you know how they put the battery. The battery space is actually
It's
decent.
not bad. Yeah,
It's decent, but the way how it's the rail clamshell onto it, sometimes if you don't do it right, lipo, you might punch it.
Yeah, you might puncture it.
You may. So that's what I meant by it may be unfriendly. For example, something that requires a little bit of tinkling to get used to.
Yeah.
But most of the M4 are
easy.
It is what it is, right? As long as you read the instruction, how to put the batteries and how to load the BBs. Other than that, you know, the reason why people ask, like, what do you guys recommend? We always think, like, new players, they may or may not continue playing the sports, whatnot. So that we always try to educate them and get them into buying something with a budget in mind, with a relatively affordable range guns.
Yeah.
But like, for example, if you throw out, what do you think about a Taurus AK? Those are good, but if you want something even cooler or something, not necessarily cooler, but more aesthetically pleasing, LCT may be the way to go too.
Mm-hmm.
But you know,
it's
really up to you.
That's individual preference. Yeah.
Right. So that's what I meant.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some people may like, oh yeah, you need to just recommend Lancer Gen 2 or cheaper guns. No, if you have a lot of money, you don't. If you can afford a microgun and you want dual wielding it, so be
Fuck it. Why not?
You do your due diligence. Find out how to put the battery. Find out how to put the BBs in.
Read the instruction manual, please.
Right. I'll tell you a story. When we first opened the Virginia store, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are two men that came into the store, used to buy a lot from one of our sales associates, and the first week they dropped $2,000. They bought a lot of cool stuff.
Hell yeah.
2 weeks later they came in. They were like, oh shoot, so what happened? It's like, oh, nothing. So did you guys play any Airsoft? Oh no, you know, we just left it right there. But we came back because I want, you know, whatever again. So okay, so what do you guys do with it? They don't even shoot it. They're just messing around with it like fish toy.
Yeah, it's like toys, yeah.
Literally speaking. I'm not kidding. So, you know, some people have disposable incomes like that, so be it, right? So I hope you understand.
Yeah.
I'm not just telling you guys, I'm telling you too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It depends.
No, like I when people ask me for recommendations, like obviously I have my own preferences from what I've seen from like other customers that come in the walk-in store, right? And what seems to give people the best experience overall. I will give other recommendations as well. Like especially if you have a higher budget, fucking hell yeah, go for it. But normally, I like to recommend stuff that's very convenient, very easy for a first-time player to get into it, because having to explain to them like all the different nuances of like, okay, here's the battery space on this gun. This gun's cool, but it's very difficult to get a battery to fit in there, or the battery shape that you need isn't always readily available, or magazines are not always readily available. It's kind of hard to get because you can only buy them in packs. That kind of stuff, it's hard to get them to want to play when they have to deal with that, versus here's a very convenient platform like an AR, right? And that has all these different features, comes included with all this shit. It's very easy and fun. And then from there, once you start playing, then you can start like your collection and just start buying other shit.
For example, FAL.
Yes.
Right. Battery is easy to put in.
Oh yeah.
Not hard. You know, operating to the hop up isn't hard. The only problem you're gonna have are maybe the magazines. That's about it.
That's cry every time I think about it.
You know, if you think about it, right? And let's say the mystery box, the ID4 mystery box. I'm looking at it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Most of the guns in there, like let's say new players, like is maybe I should try this.
Mm-hmm.
You should try it. Most of the guns are very user friendly.
And it's cheap. It's only $170.
Yeah, $170, and you maybe double your money fairly easily. I mean, the problem I have limiting people, new player. Let's say if you're a new player and you're only limiting, oh, you should only buy something affordable. Sometimes I think maybe that mindset needs to change.
Yeah.
But if you come in here, oh, I only have 250. What are some best guns that you guys can recommend? If you like a lot of features, we can recommend Lancer Gen 3. As long as you don't mind the name Lancer. Maybe we need to call those, Isaias Gen 3s. It'll make myself better. I'm just kidding. But you understand what I'm saying,
Queso
right?
Gen 3s.
Queso Gen 3. Maybe we should just do that. Maybe next gun, it's not Mayo Gang Gen. Mayo Gang is Queso. Now we'll make an FLL and we only sell one piece.
Yes, I want that. I want that.
You buy all the lots.
I buy it all myself.
Yeah, mystery box is dropping in 5 minutes. So
5 minutes,
okay?
Guys. Remember, it also comes included with free shipping, so that alone should already pique your interest. And again, that prize list is absolutely insane. The lowest costing prize that you could win off of that mystery box is already more expensive than the cost of the box itself. So it is 100% a come up, 100%, no matter which way you slice it. All right. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay. Emin1256 asks best base shotgun to build off of. For me, if you're it's gonna come down. Shotguns really don't need to be built off of too much. But if you wanted to go ahead and start building off of one, honestly, I would usually suggest either going with a Jagarm scattergun, or you can go with a JG Golden Eagle, considering they're both based off the Tokyo Marui 870 design. So a lot of the accessories that are meant for the TM 870 are also going to be compatible with that. Obviously, some fitment might be required depending on the part you buy. But yeah, I would say one of those. Okay, let's see here. James Simic. Yeah, I answered that question already, James. Try not to go ahead and spam the question. Yes, you can get magnifiers and different red dot sights available on our website, and you can also get again variable optics as well. Check out the optics section on our website. Okay, let's see here. Making sure I'm not missing anything. 5 minutes. Yeah, now it's actually 4 minutes. 4 minutes until it goes live. Shadow Mink Sarah Hobbies. I have 120 in gift cards thanks to the Call Your Hits game win. So 84 bucks for 50. Yes, please. Absolutely. I mean, that's the way to do it. That is 100% the Shadow Minks. That is a big brain move. IQ 10,000 right there. All right, let's see here. Real wild. Shoot, forgot to use the 20th code for my order. Dope. I heard that in my head, literally. First in your voice, because I know exactly what you sound like, and then I also heard it in Homer Simpson's voice. Let's see here. Jason, it's just another day getting by. Dude, I hear that. No worries, man. Yeah, I'm glad you could have made it out to the stream. I always like seeing the regulars show up. So you're saying that, let's see. So you can say TC671. So you're saying that we can request drawings on our box. Tell you what, guys. If you say specifically for, I don't know about Cisco, right? I know he wants to, but Mans is busy too, and I'm as busy as well. But I will do my best. If you really want me to draw something on your mystery, I'm not a very good artist, right? In fact, I have been called the Picasso of third grade, right? As in, yeah, it just fucking I didn't understand the art either, right? But there you go, right? And granted, I was in high school at the time when they called me that. But I would say if you really want me to do it and draw something on your mystery box, fucking, I'll do it. I don't mind. I'll do it. What happened? Where's the questions? Where's the questions? Oh, my chat completely disappeared. Are we still good? Yeah, we're still going. My chat. Oh, look. Oh. Getting some technical issues here. I think we're getting some problems here. Streaming. All right. Restore chat. Okay, there we go. Sorry, guys. For whatever reason, the freaking chat just completely died out on me. I'm not too sure what happened there. All right, let's see here. Oh, looks like it's a little slow right now. Okay, cool. It'll be critiqued on YouTube. Shadowmings, I look forward to you critiquing my art piece. TCR671 asks, waffles or pancakes? Ooh, that's the important question. I would say that as much as I love pancakes, and I would say I'm a little bit more of a waffles man, but the real answer to that question is French toast. 100%, I'm a French toast man at the end of the day. Guys, it has been real. Looks like we're going to go ahead and end the shopping. Or, yeah, the fucking shopping. We're going to end the live stream. Fucking, I don't know what's going on with me today. We're going to be ending the live stream right now. Remember, the Independence Day mystery box goes live in like just a few seconds. Make sure to go ahead and place your orders when the drop hits. You do not want to go ahead and miss out. Only 170, automatic free shipping, and an insane prize list. Make sure you place your orders. You do not want to go ahead and miss out. And remember, if you want me to start drawing on your mystery boxes, ask for Isaias to drop on it. I'll do it. I don't mind. And it's 5 o'clock. I will see you guys in the next one. Order your Independence Day mystery boxes. They're live right now. Take it easy, guys. I'll see you.